So with the new Dragon Ball Super Broly movie coming out, we definitely seen, at the very least based on the trailer, that Broly is putting in work against Goku and Vegeta. Heck, we've seen him in his normal form, kicking their butts even when they're kind of transformed and powered up, right? So you see that Broly is actually a credible threat. And here's something that I kind of wanted to pose, and it's been played around with in the Dragon Ball Super anime, but how is it that a normal Saiyan, and again we went through this in Dragon Ball Super's anime and I'll explain, but how is it that a normal Saiyan can take on these gods? And this is a question because, okay, with the original Broly films, all of it made sense and it worked very well. At that time period where they were at, there was about, like, you know, Super Saiyan 1, 2-ish or whatever. So for Broly to come legendary Super Saiyan, it wasn't that far-fetched that this guy could compete with them, right? Because, like, even if he's just normal Super Saiyan, okay, and then going beyond, you could argue maybe it's beyond even 2 or something, because at that point, we still wasn't at Super Saiyan 3 or anything like that. So you could argue, like, he could body them or whatever. He's around there or whatnot. But here's the thing, is that Broly at the end of the day now is facing something totally different than what he had to face in those movies, which again, this is a reboot and all that, but I'm just kind of trying to stay consistent with where we're at with the powers and you know, power scaling of how strong they are, and does it necessarily make sense for Broly to be able to take on these people? Because I always go back, for me anyway, ever since Dragon Ball came back with the Battle of Gods film, and it was like, you know, oh shit, Dragon Ball's back, I always go back to something that kind of was pretty impactful to me. I always look at Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Beerus. And Super Saiyan 3 Goku, obviously it topples 1, 2. I would argue that in the old movies at the very least, Super Saiyan 3 even topples what Broly was, that legendary form back then, right? And you see in that movie, Beerus with ease takes out Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And it was just like, and it showcased the power difference between somebody that uses God Ki, and obviously Beerus, we could even still argue Goku isn't even at his level yet right now, but he's a lot closer. You know, he's crossed the threshold once he got that Super Saiyan God transformation from the Super Saiyan 3 power over to Beerus. Again, Beerus still, you know, he wasn't able to take him on easily after he went into God mode, but Beerus is probably still, you know, stronger than Goku. I mean, there's an argument with Ultra Instinct, did he surpass him or did he reach him or whatever, but nevertheless, what I'm getting into is, if Super Saiyan 3 is nothing compared to somebody of that scale, like literally, I think even in the manga, it showcased when Goku went up against Toppo, that Super Saiyan 3 was garbage in comparison. It wasn't until Goku went into God mode that he was able to compete with somebody like Toppo, because there's just a vast difference between a regular Super Saiyan transformation of 1, 2, or 3 and God mode. It just is, it's humongous. It's very, very different. So going into this film and seeing that, and I felt this again going into Dragon Ball Super with Kale in particular, when we seen Kale and Caulifla and how they were kind of giving Goku a run for his money, even when they went into Kefla, they were like, okay, Super Saiyan 2 maybe or whatever, and they were fighting against gods. I always felt a little bit like, like this doesn't quite make sense for them to be able to keep up at any scale with a god. Because again, going back into that first Dragon Ball Battle of Gods film, I always look at it like normal transformations of Super Saiyan are just trash at this point in comparison to the god transformations. There's just too much of a difference in power, speed, everything above for them to keep up. So that was a big controversy. I remember reviewing some of those episodes, and it was just like, what is going on? How? And even before we got the argument of, well, Goku was tired or whatever, there was still points before he was tired that he was taking both of them on, and he was, you know, kind of getting pushed back in his Super Saiyan Blue form at that against these people. And it's like, how? You know what I'm saying? They should not be able to keep up. So with that being said, going into the Broly film, again, we see him in his normal form going up against them. And granted, at this point, Broly, you know, even in his max, he hasn't reached Super Saiyan 3. But I want to say, one of the arguments you could always throw in there for why some of these fights kind of make sense is the Zenkai boost. And I think that that's a big thing that they're playing with this movie. So, you know, for the people that are saying, well, how is Broly, whatever, even in the trailer already, we see Goku saying he's getting stronger as he's fighting us. He's literally getting Zenkai boost after Zenkai boost, possibly with every punch. And maybe that's something for somebody like Kale and for somebody like Broly that actually helps them to reach these climactic points. Maybe they're special in a sense of like they have a certain type of Zenkai boost that as they're fighting somebody, they get stronger very quickly to the point of like reaching them, opposed to like, you know, back in the day, Vegeta, he took a blast from Krillin just to get a Zenkai boost, you know, get healed up and come back, and it gave him a decent boost, but it wasn't anything ridiculous or whatever. Maybe with these characters in particular, again, like Broly or like Kale, when they get beat up while they're fighting, even before they get healed up or whatever, they immediately continue to boost to that point. I mean, it's still a little bit of like, yo, he's in normal form and he's taking on these people that have achieved these endless possibilities. I mean, it's safe to say, until we find out, but Broly probably doesn't have God Ki, right? Broly is still like, you know, he's the legendary Super Saiyan of myth or whatever, right? But he doesn't have God Ki. And I'm kind of like, is it two different factors? Because there's two excuses you could give why Broly would be able to take them on. One, again, Zenkai boost. Which, you know, a Zenkai boost, in case you don't know what a Zenkai boost, because I keep throwing that word around, is when a Saiyan has this. When they get beat up and they heal up, they immediately get way, way stronger. We've seen that Goku and Vegeta, and I know it was specifically said in the manga, they really can't get Zenkai boosts anymore. They got to just train up the old-fashioned way, keep on training. But as far as getting beat up and healing and being 10 times stronger, Goku and Vegeta can do that. But Saiyans like Broly, Kefla, you know, those, or Kale and Caulifla, they still can do Zenkai boosts. So possibly one of the big things is, again, Broly has a Zenkai boost that he doesn't even need to heal up. As he's taking these punches, he starts continuing to get stronger and stronger. And that's why possibly, maybe in the beginning, he's giving a little bit of a run, and Goku and Vegeta can eventually, because I see him like smashing Vegeta, and Vegeta's Super Saiyan and he's normal, into the rocks. And it's like, okay, maybe as he's fighting again, he's getting Zenkai boosts, and that's why possibly towards the end of their fight, when they go Super Saiyan Blue, it's like he's still taking these hits and he's getting Zenkai boosts. But also, maybe the legendary Super Saiyan, as it's being rewritten for Dragon Ball Super, is closer to like the God forms. And maybe that's why by the end of all of this, he'll be able to take on a Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. Because if we think about it, realistically, a normal Broly normal, not Super Saiyan, not legendary or whatever, he should get bodied by Goku and Vegeta and their Super Saiyan Blue forms, because at the end of the day, again, the God Ki and the God forms are just way stronger than anything until you achieve some type of God Ki for Saiyans. I mean, again, Dragon Ball Super kind of messed that up with Kefla, or Kale and Caulifla and stuff like that, whatever, but that should be the case. So either one, you could argue, hey, it's kind of a little sloppy. Two, you could just say, yo, he's Broly. That's it. Three, you could say, yo, Zenkai boost, baby, and he has a different type. When he's fighting, he's getting stronger immediately. It doesn't take him healing up or resting up or whatever. He just continues to get stronger as they keep on fighting. Or four, maybe the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, again being rewritten, is closer to God Ki. When he unlocks that form, it's a whole different scale. It's not like in the originals where we kind of argued maybe it's around like Super Saiyan 2 or something like that. No, maybe it's just something totally different, because if that's the original form of the Saiyan, who knows? Maybe that is close to what the gods are like. Maybe there was a Saiyan god at some given point. We don't know exactly what they're going to write into the story or whatever, but it is an interesting thought to have, especially going back to the debacle of when Goku fought against Kale and Caulifla and how they pushed them back and all of that stuff, even though they weren't nowhere near close to gods. What do you guys think, though? For starters, how do you feel about Broly being able to take on gods in this film? Again, it worked very well in the old films, because again, Goku and Vegeta and them, they were Super Saiyan. Gohan, I don't even think in the first film Gohan went Super Saiyan 2 yet. Obviously it wasn't canon or whatever, but they were all around that scale. Do you think that it's any of the reasons I listed? Again, is it the Zenkai boost? Is it just that Broly is a different being? Or maybe these people that are close to the original form of the Saiyan, like Kale and Broly, they're special to the point where whoever they're fighting, they can immediately get as strong as them because of their type of Zenkai boost? Or what do you think is the case? Why is Broly able to take on these people? And then, of course, in his legendary form, I'm doubting that Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta can really do anything against him. Do you think they're going to have to go Gogeta mode? And your overall thoughts of this? It was an interesting debate back then, and I'm kind of curious to see what people's mindset is now on how Broly is able to keep up with gods when he doesn't have God Ki and he's not that close, especially going back to that Battle of Gods film. Super Saiyan 3 was nothing against Beerus. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, stalk my Facebook, follow me on Twitch, and make sure to hit the bell to get all notifications. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.
We make a major move, laugh and let the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, clean stack.